My name is Rochelle, and I'm a curator here at the Ottawa Art Gallery. I remember the first time I saw Nigerian-British artist Yinka Shonibare's performance-based photographic artwork in an art history class in the 2000s. I remember it because learning about Shonibare's practice and principles changed how I understood relationships between the history of art history and human rights around the world. And more than a decade later, when I started working at the National Gallery of Canada as a curatorial assistant in the Indigenous Art Department, I couldn't wait to go and see Mr. and Mrs. Andrews without their heads. The National Gallery of Canada acquired this work from Shonibare in 1998 as part of an exhibition called Crossings, curated by Diana Nemiroff. To have the opportunity to partner with the National Gallery of Canada to install Mr. and Mrs. Andrews here at the Ottawa Art Gallery is, quite literally for me, a dream come true. Yinka Shonibare's Mr. and Mrs. Andrews Without Their Heads reimagines Thomas Gainsborough's famous 18th century portrait of Mr. Andrews, Mrs. Andrews, and their land in a critique of our reliance on ideas of authenticity. Shonibare lifts Mr. and Mrs. Andrews out of their social, economic, and political identity, the British landscape, and transports them, bereft of their heads, to a gallery setting. He clothes the figures in Dutch waxed cotton in styles reflecting the fashions of 18th century gentry. Inspired by wax-resist dyeing techniques from Indonesia, once part of the Dutch Overseas Empire, Dutch waxed cotton was an important aspect of European trade for at least 2 centuries. It is an expression of African independence, affluence, cultural resilience, strength, and identity. Shonibare reminds viewers that nothing is what it seems by exposing mechanisms of meaning-making in art history. By that I mean the stories we tell about ourselves and others in art. This work also investigates the sociopolitical supremacies that supported centuries of colonialism, enhancing alienation while also affecting cultural diversity and belonging. Through complicated layers of reappropriation, Shonibare defies concepts of authenticity in our relationship to class, race, and gender, both in art history and towards one another.